here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage telly pickups, brass saddles, bone nut. It's all good. Where the weed at? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Who? Okay, so that's that guy there. But that's to show you that copper-looking red cedar when it really gets polished up. It really looks copperish.
Come here, little guy. Come here, my little boy. Hello. Hello. How you doing? How you doing?
To go on top. So that's what we did there. That back's going to be sensational. That is so smooth. Very, very smooth. Ha! Absolutely. They are drums. They're percussion instruments as well as stringed instruments. They can be used. If you watch the old flamenco guys playing, the old Spanish guys, they're doing all that stuff. They're going tippa-tappa, tippa-tippa-dum, ring, 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 tippa-tappa, tippa-tappa, dum, ding, dong, dang. So it's all good. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. How are we all doing? What is happening? It's time for another stream on my long weekend. I got back the other night from a little break, and I'm glad I'm home in a way. All good. How are you doing? Are we all well? Excellent. Terry, thank you for the resub. Willie, thank you for the resub. Welcome on in, guys and girls. Leslie's here. Tom is here. Willie. Eagle Eye is here as well, with his eagle eye to inspect things at a very high level, from up above high like an eagle. Ha! Good to see you. All in. I guess the heat is going to start ramping up in your place, in your neck of the woods. It was lovely down at the farm. Have a look at this. Ta-da! We have our top on. Loud as buggery, as they say here in Australia. Should go good. We're going to trim the edges today. I've cut some bindings. I'll show you what I've done. Mixed up some bindings, matched up some bindings, I should say. Let me just fix my glasses up that are falling apart. My cheapies. It's looking very guitarish. Tom, it's starting to get there. Okay, what do we got? We've got some binding. Australian rosewood to match this guy. Okay, we've got our rosewood fiddleback rosewood bridge with oil on it, so these will darken, but these are the binding strips that we're going to use around there, and it's going to be a nice colour. If you want to have a closer look at what that's going to look like. Okay, once that's oiled, you're going to see that's going to pop, especially on the lighter side on the top. It's going to match the bridge nicely. So we're good to go there with the binding. I cut that up this morning. We're going to get that ready now to prep that top before we give it a light spritz, heat it with a heat gun, get a couple of scratches. It always gets scratched when we handle around it. I raise the grain, I sand it flat. A little bit more could come off the top of that top. So we're going to finesse that now, and we're going to firstly trim the sides, see what the joins look like, see if there's any squeeze squeezing of the box that might be required, maybe some touch-ups if there's a space or a gap anywhere. I don't think there is, but I always check for those things. Okay. Loud as buggery. That's the one. There's another command. We're approaching that magical 1,000 mark. We're only about 400 off, I think. So we're going to get there eventually, maybe in 10 years' time. What say you? Terry, what's happening in your part of the woods? Tom's boiling with 100-degree temperatures already in spring. What is going on in Texas? Bloody Texas. Texas I see as one giant big desert with lots of oil and lots of cows. Ha! And lots of steak and lots of ribs. All right, let's get going. I'm going to set up this bench here. We're going to put a little bit of protection on that table. Get this guy off. I'm laying a nice smooth surface on there so we don't scratch the bejesus or the buggery out of it. Let's put our nice smooth board on there. Clamp that down, that's our workspace. "10 inches of fresh snow. Eagle Eye, what is happening in Michigan? Holy smokes. The 10,000 Lake State, or the 1,000 Lake State, I forgot which one it is. The home of the Detroit City Madmen. Get some more clamps, Terry. Rightio, Magoo. Now, I've got to be really careful when some of these overhangs here you can see are quite long, and we don't want any tear out, so we've got to be really careful and do that in a couple of light passes at a time. We're going to start with, I guess, the back. Let's get this guy done first. There was a crack here, so I've got to be very careful with that. That should go away, but I don't want it splitting. If it does split the top or the back, we will glue it together. It will be fine once we oil it. You won't see anything. But I want to make sure that I get this done as quickly and as efficiently as I can. We're going to start with just one little side. We're going to clamp this baby down. Clamp it down, clamp it down, clamp it down, clamp it down. Protect the surface now. We have to start thinking about the surface even more so. 11,000 inland lakes. That's awesome. Ha! Puddles. And there's a ton of deer. Someone once told me they visited Michigan in hunting season. The first day of hunting season, it's like a spike in casualties and fatalities because everyone just goes nuts shooting things. But I guess times have changed because of standards and safety and that. But back in the day, 30 or 40 years ago, I'd say there's reports of a couple of people not coming back from the first day of the season. So hopefully that's deer and wabbits. That's it. We're hunting wabbits. Oh, we're hunting wabbits. Elmer Fudd, he must be from Michigan, I reckon. Is Elmer from Michigan? That's the poll. Let's get a poll up, Terry. Is Elmer Fudd from Michigan? Okay, that's there. Ready to go. Let's clamp that down. Let's get the router out. Let's set that and let's start shaping this and getting that flush to these beautiful edges. Have to be very careful here because there's a little divot. I don't want to ka-chunk little. Okay, I'm going to use the bigger clamp. I've got to get a really good bite of that cherry. Rhode Island, was he? Tom, that's interesting. Rhode Island. Fantastic. Get this right. Okay. That's not moving. The Mav is in the house. Rhode Island. Rhode Island. Give me a sec, guys and girls. I'll be back in a tick. Okay, we're back. Thank you, everyone. Mav, what's happening, brother? You're in the house, which is good to know. Let's get our router out. Here it is. Where is it? It is here. E, E, E. I've got to put a bearing bit on this, so let's change that bit. Now, get my router right here. Router bits, all the bits and bobs, as they call them. There's a nice new bit for this. I want a nice sharp router bit with a bottom bearing. That little guy there will do a nice job. Let's grab our little spanners. Get this guy done. I'm dropping everything like a doofus. Dropping everything like a bloody doofus. Okay. Pop the new bin. Okay. Good to go. A little bit more. height on that.